Hey guys, I'm back. Well, here's the MLSO. Pulled it up. It's been sanitized, but that actually plays into our favor. Look at all these objects that are now showing up. If you recall, some of my earlier vids, way earlier when I used to show you the MLSO and then I include the sanitized version, I looked back through the recent ones on MLSO just to see if I could find one that was sanitized, and most of the ones I put up are just from a cursory glance through are the ones that were not sanitized and had all that stuff flying around. That's what I mean by sanitized. And I'll show you the unsanitized one in a second. But if you recall, we only had like maybe two big concentric circle images showing up on the earlier unsanitized ones, and maybe a couple, three more that were faintly visible. But now, as you can see, got these two big ones, two other smaller ones showing up, and I contend that these are planetary or celestial bodies with some type of a magnetic field, with which these concentric circles would indicate to me anyway. I mean, I could be wrong, but I know this thing picks up things and I tried to research exactly what the heck this NRGF mode is, and it's way above my pay grade. So, but I know it has something to do with gamma and magnetic signatures as well, because they're photographing the sun from the Mauna Loa Solar Observatory in Hawaii. It's on the top of Mauna Loa Mountain or volcano. So this is for the 27th. And this is during our missing time period on ISWA. You can see we're getting some, we're not given too many images actually, only a couple hours worth to max. There's the times UTC. And here's the 28th, getting a whole lot more images on this one. And remember, ISWA went down from around 6:46 UTC on the 26th, I believe it was. Yeah, I know it was 26, but I think the time was around 6:46 UTC. It was in the 0600 hour range. And this one's less sanitized, but still at the same time, you could see that because you'll see a few things squirting through, flying through during this run. We've gotten a whole lot more images on this run. See what I'm talking about? I think it's been sanitized to some degree. What I think they do is they just strip layers off, which would indicate layers of altitude away from the Mauna Loa Solar Observatory. That's how I read it anyway. But you could still see these large concentric circles showing up, but not as many since it hasn't been peeled back as much. The layers haven't been peeled back as much. There looks like a big one over there, big one over there. There's the two smaller ones we could see on the 27th. So anyway, getting back to my point. So finally ISWA came back up yesterday on the 28th. A full 48 hours, a little bit more probably. We'll find out in a second when we go back to ISWA. So anyway, that's what we're seeing there. And then I also have it on, this is on a different image, same deal, 27th. This is during the missing time on ISWA. And look at all the energy that was being injected into our ionosphere. And here's the 28th. One thing I did notice is they changed these. Now they're giving us a time frame, 2021 to 2022. So it's like almost 2 minutes. Now is that 2 minutes like a some type of image? I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know much about photography. But anyway, it's different than what we were getting before. See back here, we only got the one time, and then it would my comment section. Then it would only like run every 4 minute intervals. But this is see, this is what I'm talking about with the unsanitized version. See all that more stuff flying around? And as you can see, you can't really see that many images there. Okay, let's jump over to ISWA real quick. Okay, here's ISWA. These things, they actually given us some part of our missing time. So it was missing from, on here it was missing from the 25th, 2300 hours. So it goes up to 26th. So this is during the missing time on ISWA. You could see there's some energy fluctuations going on in here. I'll just resync this up with this one. Okay. Now I got these three synced. There's really nothing remarkable going on. But let's see when the run started. Okay, so 11/28/1905. So we were missing from the 11/26/0600 UTC to 19. Let's just say 0700. 0700. There's 12 hours there plus 2 days. So that's 60 hours missing time. On ISWA. 60 hours. It's 2.5 days. Okay, these three are pretty well synced. There's nothing remarkable going on. There's no more missing time. At least no huge chunks. And the solar wind speed that's all being measured by these devices in here. These GOES 13, 14, and 15 satellites. That's where we're getting all this data from. Well, I guess the only one to focus on really is this one. You can see we're still having a lot of extra bow shock for one thing. Normal is about 10 Earth radii. You can see it's being pushed out to 15 here, close to 15. This would be 10 here. It's not being pushed out to 19 like it was before the ISWA went down, but we're still getting these field lines piling up in front of the planet. We're still getting a lot of extra bow shock. This thing's still tilted. Still got a lot of plasma. We still got the blue IMF field lines trying to make inroads from Nemesis back to the Earth. See what I'm talking about? These are all coming from Nemesis. They have to be. And look how many more. It looks like there's more of them now than when we last looked. And they're trying to get to the planet. The planet's fighting it off. It's pulling extra energy from this planet in front, magnetic energy. So you can see these dark polar cap things getting dark, field lines getting darker. especially when there's a void here, when the field lines are broken. I think that's when there's a direct connect between this planet out here and our planet. So, I mean, all these field lines have to be coming from somewhere. They're interplanetary magnetic field lines. Normally they come from a solar body and connect to a planet. But I guess when planets get close to one another, they start swapping field lines as well. So then they become truly interplanetary magnetic field lines. You can see these black ones, they don't ever go out like that. It's out here. There's a big planet out here. It's messing with our planet, electromagnetically speaking. The gap on ACE pretty much going away. It was a 3-hour gap the other day. See the gap there. So there it is showing up there. See, it was back here. And these are data gaps. In other words, the data from ACE being relayed to the ground tracking stations being interrupted. It looks like that's passed for now. Here's Discover. This is the 20 plus update on ACE, 20 plus year update. So it's got a lot finer instruments and better data relay systems and whatnot. So you don't usually get too many gaps on here. Here's the phi angle, it's still well above 180, which indicates a connection between the Earth and a solar body behind the Earth. Density's down. It's down real normal. Everything's real steady right now. Solar wind speed's way down. So this big planet in front of the Earth is allowing for some stability, it would appear to me, but stability doesn't always equal a good thing, because I think this is just a calm before the storm. I mean, look at the way these field lines are behaving. Polar cap ones, sometimes they disappear completely, sometimes they turn red. Look here, there's always putting that shoulder out there, so there's more of an influence over down this way, but then there's also an influence up this way. So I mean, it's, who knows, I mean, crazy stuff. Then sometimes they close, turn red, that means they're closed, they make a reconnect back to our planet, and then try to expel all this energy coming from Nemesis from the backside. And these are Earth radii, so it's expelling well past 100 Earth radii. And each Earth radii is 4,000 miles, so that's well past 400,000 miles. So let me pull this through again real quick. Well, something happened there. Do we have missing time? Yeah, it looks like we had a little bit of missing time there from 8:14 to 8:43. So let's see what it looks like here. 8:14, and it jumps to 8:43. So probably had a high speed solar wind event there or something like that. And you can see every time there's missing time, usually when they jump back on, there's a huge plasma discharge going on. So I'm running out of time. You can see these images. A lot more large objects showing up than there were before. I mean, one planet for sure slipped past ACE. Could have been many more though. God bless. Running out of time. Peace, and I'm out.